Hi guys, welcome to Expertiser Civil3D training. So today we're going to get into surfaces. Surface is actually the next step in your Civil3D project progress. Pretty much, first stage is you bring in your data. It might be points, it might be your Cogo points, or it could be your contours. It could be any of those ones. So you're bringing that information in, and the second step is you build a tin model out of it. So that's basically your surface. So on this exercise, we're going to see how to use the points to build the tin surface and to get started. All right. So before we move further, just make sure that you guys are new to this training. Just go and check the previous videos and download the exercise files from the description box. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to open. So this is gonna be inside the surface and surface 1 intro, and select it, click on open. Alright, here we go. So we got the surface drawing loaded, so let's get started. So we got the points, we got the table, and so next what we're going to see is we're going to see how to build the surface. So go to the prospector tab, and from here we're going to go into the surfaces, expand the surfaces, and with the latest version of Civil3D from 2017 and 18, you are able to create folders and subfolders, and you can put your surface into these ones, which is nice. And I found that there is some little glitch in this feature. What happens is when you go to some of those advanced tools where you actually have to pick a particular surface like feature lines or gradings or any of those ones. If you have a surface within a folder or within a subfolder, then you may not be able to see this little button to expand into it to pick the surface. So that might be one of those inconveniences that you might find if you keep your surface within the subfolders. But overall it should be fine. So alright, so let's get started. So I'm going to right click on surfaces, click on create, and so you can give it a name. So I'm going to say it's a natural surface, and you can choose a type of surface. It's going to be a tin surface, and that's the object layer, and you can give it a description. Generally it's always good to give a meaningful description to what the surface is and what information it contains. So I'm going to say this is a survey done by the initial of the surveyor and the date when it was done. Okay, and so yeah, anytime you come back to the surface and if you look at the description, you know that okay, so this is the survey information of from which the surface has been built. So next thing is your style. By default it is set to 0.5 meter contours, which is fine for our case because we have less number of points. And if your data is pretty huge, then 0.5 will be too tight, and generally your machines might struggle a bit to get that rendered. So in that case you can choose 2 meter internal contours or 5 meter internal contours. Generally 2 meter internal contours are pretty nice. It works in both low density points as well as high density ones. Okay, I'm going to click on this little ellipsis button, and from this list I'm going to choose a 2 meter internal contours. Click OK, and you can also choose a render material. We're not going to do it at this stage, but if you wanted, you can click on the ellipsis button and you can go and choose render materials from this list. So if you're familiar with AutoCAD 3D, and you can also go and create your own render material. Okay, so click on OK. The surface is created, but you don't see it on the screen. The reason being is this right now it's just like an empty shell, so we need to assign these points into the surface. So now if you expand your surface and if you expand your definition, you get a whole bunch of options here. So there are a few ways you can directly add points. One is using the point files, just the same way as how we imported the points using the point creation method. You click on this large button to import the points. The same way you can directly go and import the point file directly into the surface, and that will build the surface. But only thing is your points will not be on the screen. That means you will not see any Cogo points on the screen. It will directly create the tin from the point data. And another thing is, if your points contains trees and street lights and any other points, then it will not be able to distinguish it. It will just go and create a thin surface with all the points. So the next thing is, we're going to use the point group option to create the surface. I'm going to right click on add, and so now I'm going to choose my natural surface. And just another reminder, do not create a surface using all points. The reason being is the all point is a default point group where every cocoa point in your drawing will be inside all points. You cannot exclude any point. So with that being said, let's say if you're creating a catchment area and the catchment area creates a discharge point, which is a cocoa point, so that will also end up into the all points. So if you specify the discharge point to be of a certain elevation, and then like you will see dips, or let's say it's like a cone shaped structure on your surface. Basically the discharge point also gets into the surface creation tin. So that's why you never choose your all points. I'm going to choose natural surface and then click on OK. My surface is created. And remember, if you notice in my point exercise, I never would have checked my points on a 3D view. The reason being is, it's a bunch of points. You're going to see it like stars. You're not going to get some clear picture of what's happening with the point structure, or how the points are looking like. So whereas with the surface, you got a complete solid object. So you can select it, you can right click, and you can go to the object viewer, and you can rotate it. And one other thing you have to be mindful of this object viewer is, so you got the option to switch between different styles, and you can change the orientations, and you can change the orientations here as well, and you can zoom in, zoom out, and there is an option to set whatever the view you're looking at it, which you can also set it to your model space. I will have a separate video on the object viewer as well. So for now, I'm gonna change it to realistic. And one thing is, like when you rotate your model, make sure that you take your fingers off your mouse button, because if you keep clicking on it, it's not going to render. So if you're expecting some changes to be seen at this view, just take your hands off your left mouse button, so that way it will render. So if you're just holding it and rotating it, it is not going to render. So that's one important thing. And yeah, so that's how you create a surface. And thanks for watching, guys, and subscribe to the channel, and then keep watching more videos. Cheers.